Perhaps the most extremist secret society of the modern era was the Russian and Balkan Skoptsy. The way to earn eternal salvation in this religious sect was considered to be the fiery baptism, also known as the Great Seal. This phrase was a euphemism denoting the complete removal of the genitals, the highest form of initiation. There was also a lesser seal, which meant simple castration. The procedure of emasculation was called fiery baptism because originally it was supposedly performed with a red-hot knife. However, later, the Skoptsy began using knives or razors, and iron was used only to stop the bleeding. Normal sexual relations and family ties were considered a sin. Upon entering the sect, the neophyte renounced his father and mother forever, acknowledging kinship only with brothers and sisters in the faith. On the night before certain great church holidays, the Skoptsy held religious ceremonies called Radenia, special dances to which they abandoned themselves until stupefied. Clad in long white shirts, shrouds for the living, symbolizing their renunciation of the world, they began their hypnotic dances. The spectacle resembled the frenzied whirling of Eastern dervishes. Starting with monotonous stamping and swaying, the rhythm accelerated, turning into a mad vortex. In the center of the circle, prophets shouted incoherent predictions, while the rest, caught up in a general wave of exaltation, whirled to complete exhaustion, falling to the floor in convulsions, which they took for the descent of the Holy Spirit. It was a frightening triumph of the spirit over mutilated flesh. Skoptsy emerged around 1757, branching off from the Castrated sect, whose members flagellated and disfigured themselves to achieve religious trance. Voluntary self-mutilation spread like a contagion. By 1839, centers of the Skoptsy existed in all provinces of multinational Russia, from the Black Sea to the White Sea. The majority of orphans in the capital joined it, and it took root throughout Crimea. The cult infected entire professions: cab drivers, carpenters, builders. During a search of the house of one Skoptsy merchant, police discovered several buildings connected by 4 huge basements, containing vast amounts of gold and paper money, as well as correspondence between the owner and wealthy merchants from various regions of Russia, particularly a famous millionaire from St. Petersburg. This unequivocally testified that the sect had created a shadow economic empire capable of influencing state affairs. High-ranking persons were so implicated in the sect's activities that court transcripts were banned from publication. In the mid-19th century, Emperor Nicholas I began a severe persecution of the Skoptsy, arresting them by the hundreds and exiling them to Siberia. This did not stop the spread of the cult. The Balkans then became the center of conversion to Skoptsyism. However, over time, the cult's influence began to wane. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Skoptsy were still recorded in Russian cities and in Romania, with occasional high-profile trials held behind closed doors. But by the mid-20th century, Skoptsyism had disappeared as an organized network, leaving only rare, quickly extinguishing groups and traces in police files and memoirs.